It's Ash from Super Videos, back for another video for the Walking Dead's comic book series. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at some pretty epic variant covers that were recently revealed for issues 175 to 178 of the Walking Dead's comic book. Now, before I actually get into these variant covers, just a bit of background about why they're doing these variant covers. So, as part of the 15th year anniversary of the Walking Dead's comic book series, Image Comics, that basically publishes the Walking Dead's comic book, and Robert Kirkman, who writes the Walking Dead's comic book, have basically decided to do these variant covers for that celebration, for the 15th year celebration. So, these new variants actually kick off the New World Order story arc, and they will run through the rest of 2018. Each of the covers features a portrait showcasing one of the iconic leads of the series, including Rick himself, Carl, Andrea, the Governor, and Michonne. So these will be available on Wednesday, March 7th. So that's when the first one of these variant covers will be available for purchase. So these variant covers are not drawn by the main artist of the Walking Dead's comic book. They're drawn by artist named Sienkiewicz, and I'm pretty sure I butchered that name, but that's the actual artist of these variant covers. So with all of that said, let's actually get into this. So the first one is issue 175, and the variant features none other than Rick Grimes. I absolutely love this one. I think it's a pretty dope looking variant cover. I'm definitely going to try to get my hands on these, but this is a pretty great one, and the artist did an amazing job. And I think the theme that they were going with for all of these variant covers is making it more realistic, making it like an actual portrait shot and not a comic booky look. And they definitely did that here. This definitely looks great. Now, it looks a bit different than what we see of Rick in the comics, but it's a great looking photo of Rick, even if it doesn't really look like him. Not that much at least, but I absolutely love this one. This one has got to be my favorite one of these variant covers. Next, for 176, we have a portrait of Michonne. We have the katana in the middle with the light shining on it and reflecting off of it. I love that they did that sparkle for the reflection on the sword. That's pretty cool. But, you know, it's a pretty cool portrait shot of Michonne. Next, we have 177, the Notorious Governor. It's a pretty cool one. I absolutely love this one. Again, this one doesn't really look like the Governor from the comics, but he looks pretty intense and he looks pretty scary looking, to be honest. So definitely a great one. I love the eye patch and everything. Looks great. Next, we have 178. It features Andrea. I have a bit of problem with this one. The first one is that the eyes are closed. It's definitely great looking artwork, but it would have been better if the eyes were open. The wound on the mouth or the face is great. I absolutely love that. I think Andrea had another scar that they didn't really showcase here, which is interesting. But the other thing that I have a problem with is how the name Andrea is on the image itself. It would have been better to just move it somewhere else or bring the image up a bit so that it's not covering the image or the portrait. But other than that, absolutely great artwork and another great portrait variant cover. Next, we have 179, which is the last one, and it features none other than Carl Grimes, who is going to be no longer on the TV show. It's just weird. You know, we have come to love Carl in the comics, and he's still going strong in the comics to this day. So seeing him die in the show definitely hurts. When the second half of season 8 of The Walking Dead comes back, I'm pretty sure all of that emotion is going to come rushing back to us when we actually see Carl die. And the intensity of how big this is going to be will actually hit us. But it's great artwork here. I love the wound on the eye. It feels a bit odd, to be honest. It's good, but it's missing a bit of details that I think would have been great for it to have. And the other thing, it looks like he has lipsticks on, which is weird. I don't know why they did that. Doesn't look that good, to be honest, but love the hair, love the wound. Again, maybe a bit more details, but I love this one as well. It would have been better for them to make him as badass as he actually looks in the comics. But this is a pretty cool variant as well. That's it for these variant covers. Like I said, I'm definitely going to try to get my hands on these and get them and add them to my collection. But I want to know everybody's opinions about these variant covers. What do you think about them? And are you going to get them? Are you excited about these variant covers? The other thing I want to mention, they didn't say anything about the price of these, because obviously there was that one variant covers that had Rick as Negan or looking like Negan, and it was like $200. I still haven't been able to get that because it's just way too expensive, but they didn't say anything about these variants here, so I'm assuming that they're going to be the same price as the original comics. They even have the $3.99 or whatever at the top, so I'm assuming that the price is not going to be different. But if they are, they just didn't specify it in the article that I'm looking at. That's it for this video. See you next time for another super video.